There are 3 North Korean women, including me, and the guys who don't have ID card approached us and hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Eunhee and I'm a North Korean defector who escaped in 2012 for freedom. I would like to talk about how I escaped from North Korea to come to South Korea. My hometown is Wonsan, which is on the east coast of North Korea. So I had to go to the north part of North Korea, which is called Yangang province, so Haesan city. So it took more than 3 days, more than 72 hours. Because in North Korea, there is very weak of the electricities and all the time blackout. So the train stopped many times when I was there. It is also not easy to move to go to, there is no freedom of movement. So for me to get the kind of a special permission to go to Yangon province, it's very hard. So when I was in college, I met my senior and then I asked him, hey, I really needed a permission to go to Yangon province, which is located near Chinese border. And then he just shocked, hey, why do you want to go there? And then I said, oh, maybe I would like to go there to earn money or maybe something make an excuse. And I said that, hey, I will pay you more than $20 because $20 are a lot in North Korea. So if you have $20, the one household could be last for 1 month. That means a lot. And he said, okay, give me $30 and then I will give you the kind of a permission to go to there. So the permission paper, so I paid $30 to him and then I got it after 2 weeks. And I packed my bag and my food just for 3 days and I went there, the Yangon province, by train for 72 hours. And I crossed the Amnok River, which is called Yalu River, between the north and Chinese border and go through China for 7 days and also went to the Laos and Thailand and come to South Korea. So I throw 3 countries, China and Laos and Thailand, and finally in South Korea. So it took more than 50 days. I crossed the Amnok River with 3 people, including 1-year baby. It was 3 o'clock. So my soldiers might sleep or not. It was a dangerous situation. Not it was exactly dangerous situation. You have to face your life and risk your life. I and 1 year, the woman who is 3 years younger than me, and the couples with 1-year baby, and we went the near Amnok River and then we jumped in there. On September, there are rainy day, so the water above my chest, and then first time we couldn't make it because it's very deep, so we couldn't make it. And then the couple, the mom said, I didn't want to go. And I was just so shocked and I was just so angry because I waited for 4 years. As I mentioned in previous video, it is not easy to escape from my hometown to go to China. So all process, I wait a lot, 4 years from 17 until 21. And then finally, okay, it is the day that I escape and to be free person. But the woman just went to water and then after 1 second, oh no, I don't want to go. And I convinced her, please, let's make it happen. We can go to China. And then she said, no, my baby will be die. The water is so deep. So I don't want to go. And the broker said, hey, just go to the other area so you can find the shallow the water. So second time we made it, and maybe the water below my chest because I'm a very small girl, and we just crossed the water currents were so strong. We just like stood together and hold hands and make it through to went to Chinese border. But we had to wait the worker from China. And after just arrived at the Chinese border, the baby started crying. It was the most dangerous moment in my life. I just waited 4 years to make it happen to be free person and just crossed the water. And before we had some problems, but we made it. But the 1 year baby started crying because the water is quite cold. So she was sleeping and then she woke up and started crying. And I didn't know what to do, but only one thing in my brain, just make a play with her and then stop her crying. Because if she started crying and then if the soldiers who were sleeping in their office or in their room and then woke up, just will shoot us, and it's done. My life will be gone. So I played with her, like making barking sounds and pig sounds, and then she started like a little smiling on it, and I was like, breath, okay, now I'm safe. And after 2 hours, the Chinese broker picked us, and we went to the car and started to just go through the China. So we transport a lot by bus and by taxi. The China is a big country, right? So we have to take a lot of transportation go to Laos. But there are also checkpoints, so that soldiers sometimes check and then to open the door of the bus and taxis and check ID cards. It's like for Azure North Country factor, it's not easy go through the China easily because the Chinese government captured North Korean factors and then sent back North Korean people to North Korea. So we had to face our lives. But I was so lucky one that I go through safely. But some like two times the soldiers stopped our bus and then checked ID card. But fortunately, there are 2 North Korean defectors who lived in China more than 10 years. They speak Chinese very fluently like Chinese people, and then they explained. And other North Korean defectors, including me, like pretend to be deaf. So I don't understand like that. And one time we are on the bus, and there are also Chinese people who don't have ID card. There are like majority are guys. So we had to be in that kind of security room in the bus. So the bus owners make the kind of room for their business to make money. So of course, some people who don't get ID card and so illegally go through that path to go to make their destination. So we have to be there with the Chinese guys who don't have ID card. At the time, we had to face the sexual harassment from them, but no one protects us. Like there are 3 North Korean women, including me, and the guys who don't have ID card like approached us, and just like happened. All of North Korean defectors go through this way to make our destination, our life, to be free person. And there are just only one man who is the 1 year baby's father. And then I told him, these guys like approached us and to do things, so please protect us. And he just was in front of us, but one guy that make a distance from them and us. So It's a horrible moment, actually, horrible. I just want to punch them and fight them, but like if we started fighting with them, our life is just finished, because Chinese soldiers or Chinese people will report to us, to policemen and soldiers, and we had to go back to North Korea. So just like with the silence is the best way that we can survive. And after go through the China, we had to go through the border or to go to Laos. So, but we don't have any passport, we don't have any status, we don't have any citizenship. We are not North Korean anymore, we are not South Korean, we are not Chinese. So we go through the border between the China and Laos illegally. So we hiked more than 7 hours from midnight to 7 a.m. It was the most like a difficult moment in my life. At the time, I was regretting that I left to North Korea, and I really want to go back because of like the dangerous moment all the time. I couldn't eat the food. If I eat a little bit, always I vomit. I don't know how did I make this way. One thing, just my mental strength made me this way to be free person now. But before, it was so hard, tough. And 7 hours later, we just landed in Laos and took a taxi and to go to near the Mekong River. There are lots of crocodiles, and the brokers in Laos sent us to go to Thailand. So we went there to Thailand by very sharp boat to go through cross the Mekong River, which is known. There are lots of crocodiles. So only maybe 3 minutes by boat we could be landed in Thailand, and then finally we are free. While we are escaping, go through China and Laos, we couldn't communicate with the other North benefactors. What if I caught my family? Not only I can be punished, but also my family, my relatives will be in prison camp. So we couldn't communicate each other. We just said, my name was different. So my name at the time was Eunhee. So I introduced myself as Eunhee. I'm Eunhee, and then the other person also the other name because this guy is someone. So people, among the group, if someone get caught, so it would be saved to my family members. So in Thailand, finally we started, hey, where is your hometown and why you escaped? That kind of like conversation starting, and we were so starving, we were so hungry, and then all of stress just released. Oh, we are free in this Thailand, and we went to just market to buy some food.